It's Deanna, and I am back with one more video tonight. People, I have been watching Beyond the Gates on CBS, and I am not usually a soap watcher. I catch the clips floating around on social media, but usually I'm not really into the soaps like that. I did watch Passions back when I was in, that came on when I was maybe a freshman in college, yeah, around that time. And I did watch that regularly because it just seemed so different than the other ones. It was just so over the top and silly and a lot of stuff was happening. But for the most part, I'm not really a soap person. I remember maybe this is about a decade ago, and I'm working at this one job, and the receptionist asked me, Deanna, that's how a lot of people pronounce my name for some reason, no idea why. Deanna, you watch the stories? And I had no clue what the stories were, not really. She was talking about soaps. But then I finally realized what she meant. I said, no. I think, people, they think I'm rude and mean because I'm not really a chatty person unless I really feel a connection with somebody. But yeah, and I tend to be very blunt in my delivery. No. Do you watch the stories? No. But anyway. So they started advertising Beyond the Gates maybe about 6 months ago, maybe longer. And they kept showing sneak previews and teasers, and finally a trailer came out and it looked good. Since this is the first soap with a mainly Black cast for nearly 30 years, I definitely wanted to check it out for myself. And when they finally had the full trailer, it was looking good. It was, I was counting down the days to February 24th. And I first set the first week to record. I'm not home during the time it comes on. The only day I'm home is one day a week, but I usually take an earlier lunch. So earlier than when that airs. So I've been recording the episodes, and I thought, okay, I'll record the first week. I'll see what the first week is about. And I would watch the recording when I got home. And just as I expected, it's corny, it's cheesy, it's over the top, and I am eating up every minute of it, folks. I am eating it up. I love it that it's cheesy. I love that it's corny. I love that it's over the top. I love that it's campy. I love how it's just, these people are a hot mess. These people are a hot mess. They're hot messes regardless of your socio-economic demographic. And it's set in a fictional environment in Prince George's County. It's set in a fictional place called Fairmont Crest. And it's a gated community with a country club and opulent mansions, and these people have money. The patriarch of the family is Vernon Dupree, who was played by Clifton Davis, who was in That's My Mama and Amen. And people, let me tell you, I think he looks younger now than he did back when he did those shows in the 70s and 80s. How is that? I tell you, people, black don't crack. And then Tamara Tooney is playing the family matriarch, Anita, and I love her voice so much. I love her voice. It's so deep and resonant and powerful, and that woman means business. Trust me. Whew. Yeah, I remember her from when she was on Law and Order SVU, and she was really good in that. So it's good to see her in a series regular role, one of the lead cast members. And the older daughter is Nicole, who was played by Daphne Duplay, and she's the more level-headed of the two daughters. And the other daughter, the younger daughter, is Danny, who was played by Carla Mosley. And people, let me tell you, Danny has definitely made a name for herself. I've only watched the first week and a half of episodes so far. So that first week and a half, whoo! Let's see what she do. she, so Haley is her older daughter, Naomi. Naomi is a lawyer. And let me tell you, the exposition, I tell you, these people, they introduce themselves multiple times. They explain who they are multiple times, even though they're talking to somebody who should know the relationship. But it is good for the audience to know, folks. That exposition comes in handy. But real people don't talk like the way they talk. As the person who is standing in front of you recording this video. Anyway. So I was, okay. So Danny's ex-husband, Bill, had an affair with Haley. And Haley is the former best friend of Danny and Bill's oldest daughter, Naomi. Now, Danny came in. She was, well, they first showed her residence, and she's throwing coffee mugs. I'm thinking, those are nice coffee mugs. You know, don't break them, send me one. And then her friend Vanessa, who was a real estate agent, comes to check and see what's going on, thinking they're just going to have coffee, but apparently not. And then Danny, near the end of the first episode, that was the end of the first episode, Danny stormed into, she saw Haley come to the country club, where they all have meals, the restaurant where they all have meals. And Danny saw Haley, and she gave Haley a left hook. Whew. Oh, I hated doing left hooks. And I used to take martial arts. I hated doing left hooks. It's like not moving the arm, moving the body. It's a weird punch, and my arm is still sore from being vaccinated today, so gotta be careful with that. Whew. Oh my God. And then Haley's standing there like this. And then there's another thing, the extras were reacting. I love that so much, because extras, you just sit there and go about their business, but these extras were looking. They were looking to see what's going on. They were reacting. They were involved. Because I hate watching a show and the extras are just sitting there acting like nothing's going on. Oh, I was watching, there's an episode of Happy's Place, Reba McEntire's new show. And there's an episode where her character, Bobby, she was going to go get a tattoo, matching tattoo with her younger half-sister. But she didn't really want to get a tattoo, and she's afraid of needles. So she took the toothpick out of one of the patrons' sandwiches, and the extras just sat there. They didn't react. They didn't look like. And then she's trying to stab herself with the toothpick, because she's trying to get herself used to needles. And still nothing. They're not even looking in her direction. And then she put the toothpick back in the sandwich. Nothing. I can't stand with extras. I'm like, extras can't speak, but they can at least react to what's going on, unless they're directed not to, which makes no sense. But anyway, these extras are beyond the gates. They were looking, they were reacting, and one of them is on The Real Housewives of Potomac. Her name is Karen. I believe her last name is pronounced, I'm not sure how her last name is pronounced, hyoo-ger? I'm not sure. I will post in the description. And she said, "Welcome to Fairmont Crest," to Haley after Haley got a left hook from Danny. And then in another episode, okay, now Bill, let's make sure we bring up Bill. Bill is going to be one who cannot be trifled with. Bill is the one stirring up drama, wreaking havoc, and he definitely is going to be a character. Whew. Danny stormed into Bill's law office, because Bill is a lawyer, as they love to remind us, and she took one of his golf clubs and she knocked the stuff off the desk. And the people who were in the office with him ran out. Oh, Lord have mercy. Whew. But then, after all that, she tried to beg him to come back to her. Are you kidding me, lady? You said you hate him, you hate Haley, and you're begging for him to take you back. He said no. Then she slapped him. Okay, I said I knew a slap was coming. I knew a slap was gonna come eventually. I mean, what she did to Haley was a punch, but that was a slap. Oh God. Whew. And so the Dupree grandson on Nicole's side is Martin, and Martin is openly gay, and Martin is a congressman, and he is married to Smitty, and Smitty is played by Mike Manning, who was originally on The Real World DC. And I was disappointed in that season because I thought that when they did a season in DC, and I live in the DC area, I thought it was going to go back to what The Real World was about. It was the same old BS from the later seasons wrapped in a different package. But the only one who I liked that season was Mike, because his story arc seemed the closest to old school Real World that I was looking for. And I did enjoy watching his journey and his growth on that season. And he was also on This Is Us. He played the actor who replaced Kevin on Kevin's sitcom, The Manny, where Kevin played a male nanny. But anyway, so Mike Manning is Smitty. And Smitty is a former reporter turned house husband. And they have two teenage kids who, from the episodes I've watched, have not appeared on the show yet. The older one is Tyrell and the younger one is Samantha. And they made sure to tell us that Tyrell is 17 and Samantha just turned 16, because these shows love to repeat who everyone is and over-explain who everyone is. But that helps. That is very helpful. So yeah, but Smitty has shown signs that he wants to get back into working again, that he's tired of being a house husband. I don't blame him. Especially when the kids are teenagers. You don't need to be a house husband. You have time to go out, get a job, or go back to work. So who else? So I mentioned Vanessa earlier. Vanessa is a real estate agent, and she saw Bill and Haley moved to Fairmount Crest. Don't you think they'd want to get away from the drama and the strife, get away from that? They need to move beyond the gates, beyond that zip code, beyond Prince George's County. Then maybe we need to move beyond the whole DC metro area. Like I said, Bill just wants to wreak havoc. And someone brought up on social media that the theme song for him should be Don't Mess with Bill. Don't mess with Bill. Yep, definitely. Whew. Okay. So Vanessa, I mentioned her. She is married to Doug, and Doug is a cardiac surgeon. And they showed him briefly meeting up with his friend Randy in a car. It's very brief, not much to go from that. But then they finally showed what Doug has been up to. Doug has a gambling problem. And he was trying to ask Randy for more money. Randy's like, nope, I'm not doing this anymore. So I know Doug is probably gambling the family money away. Meanwhile, at the hospital where Nicole's husband Ted works, Ted is a plastic surgeon. There's a new nurse named Ashley, and Ashley is being trained by Shanice, who is the head nurse. And then there's Andre, who is Nicole's nephew by marriage. He is Ted's direct nephew. And oh, Lord have mercy. And Ashley is very green and very naive. It seems really too sweet and innocent for the soap, but I bet that'll change once she gets more into the drama. And her boyfriend is Derek, who is a firefighter. And Derek served her breakfast in bed wearing nothing but an apron. Now, he's cute, but same with Ashley, not really much going on yet. Not a very compelling character yet, but that could change. And Shanice warned Ashley that Andre is a player. He's a player. Excuse me. And to watch her back. And Andre's already trying to flirt with her. And they seem to have a lot of free, well, Ashley seems to have a lot of free time. She was sitting at the front desk at the hospital. And her mother, Jan, whose name was not yet mentioned on the show, but I got it from someone created a wiki page for the show, and I'm appreciative of that. So Jan comes with her friend Leslie and Leslie's daughter Eva, and Jan brought her daughter lunch. How she can visit you on the first day? I should not even like. I realize you have to do the paperwork. I have no experience working in the medical field. I'm sure someone who's an actual nurse will step in and tell me how the first day is like for a nurse. But I would think that you're not going to be receiving visitors. You're going to have a pretty busy day. You don't have time to sit around and do nothing. Oh Lord! And I don't even want my family to visit me my jobs. I know some want to visit me at my current job. I said, nah, you have no reason to go to my current job. Meet me for lunch outside, or you don't need to go to my current job. Why? Who anyway? But so when Ashley left her shift, oh, that's another thing. Let me jump back. So I mentioned Leslie. Leslie, her real name may actually be Dana, because I've seen Dana also be used for this character's name. She claims that she had a thing with Ted, and that Eva is Ted's daughter. So Leslie is scheming. Leslie has there's a young woman named Laura who works for Nicole. She is either an admin assistant or an intern for Nicole. And Nicole also has an executive assistant named Mona, and Mona is child-free. Knock on wood that it stays that way, because they'll say someone is child-free, but then they'll later say, oh, they're not child-free. They just haven't found the right man, and they still want to have a kid. But she claimed that she's child-free and not interested in marriage, so I really hope that stays that way. But anyway, so Leslie ran Laura off the road and caused Laura to get into a bad accident and get really injured. So Laura is being seen at the hospital where Ted works, and she's going to be treated free of charge. I just wish healthcare were like that in reality. Whew. And Ashley got to be the nurse on that case for Laura. You get the greenest nurse. They claimed that it was because she just happened to be there. But it doesn't look like there are any really. The only two nurses that appear to work in this hospital are Shanice and Ashley. Where's the other nursing staff? Where's the other medical staff? Who knows? But anyway, so Leslie had caused Laura's accident, and she and Eva, her daughter, are scheming to get Eva back into Ted's life. And Leslie's pretending to be Eva's surrogate mother, though she's Eva's biological mother. And Eva ended up becoming Laura's replacement, working for Nicole. And Eva is wearing an outfit. The only problem I had with the outfit was that she was wearing a crop top. You're working for a psychiatrist, which they constantly remind us that Nicole is. You're working for a psychiatrist, and you have your midriff showing a little. But yeah, I think she'd be a little buttoned up. But anyway, it's a soap opera. So Kat is Nicole and Ted's other daughter, comes in with guns blazing. She looked Eva up and down, and it's like, she thinks Eva is trash. And even though Kat is right that Eva has nefarious doings in, taking over Laura's position in the way she did, Kat did, one would think, if one didn't know what was going on, one would just think Kat was being rude and nasty. But Kat knows what's up. And hopefully the truth will be found out soon. But Eva did not know that her mother was involved in Laura's accident. She seemed shocked. And even though Eva is telling her mother that, oh, she thinks Ted is, who does he think he is? He doesn't know who his daughter is. He thinks he's too good. And oh, that Nicole, she seems stuck up. And oh, that Cat, well, her feelings about Cat, yeah, but I think she genuinely likes Ted Nicole, but she's just lying to appease her mother. But then she brought up that she suspected because, oh, okay, so Jacob is a detective and he is married to Naomi, who's a lawyer, and Danny's daughter. So Jacob is investigating Laura's accident. And then Eva overheard it, and Eva reported it back to her mother. And Eva suspected that her mother had something to do with it because she knows her mother likes to ride motorcycles. So she asked her if she had anything to do with Laura's accident, and Leslie lied to her daughter. Now, the word gaslighting tends to be overused a lot and misused, but in this case, that is definite gaslighting. How could you accuse your own mother of doing such a heinous thing? Now, these are not direct quotes, but that's the vibe. Did I miss anybody? Oh, what else did Danny do? Danny also threw champagne in Bill's face, and she hooked up with her nephew, Andre, the same one who was playing with Ashley. And people are saying, but they're not blood relatives still. Oh God, it's still, if you might be blood relatives, but it's still your nephew. It's like, how do you go from being Aunt Danny to just a hookup? Ooh. Oh my Lord. Whew. Oh my God, the world of soaps, I tell you. Lord have mercy. And she kicked him out and said, oh, you're just a one-night stand. Bye. But no. Then she came back to him. This woman, I swear this woman needs therapy. Nicole suggested therapy for her and said she would refer her to therapists. But Danny's like, nope. Oh, and that's another thing. Bill must have something up his sleeve. I think he knows something about the Duprees. And he told them they better be at his and Haley's wedding. They know something. And Martin has a secret. Grandson Martin has a secret, which I'm assuming is going to come out in these next few episodes that I have not seen yet. But I think that has something to do with that. So all the Duprees and their friends showed up in black. They dressed like they were going to a funeral. And this is where Danny Top really did something that was the icing and the cherry on top of the cake in terms of soaps. She pulled out a gun at Bill and Haley's wedding. And she shot near them. She didn't shoot them directly, but she shot near them. And her daughter Chelsea, who is a model, and Danny used to be Chelsea's manager. She was a housewife / momager. Chelsea live streamed it accidentally. And there's Tomas. Tomas does not really have much of a plot yet as far as I've watched, but he introduced himself to Kat. And though Kat wants nothing to do with her shady uncle, Tomas said, don't let that turn you off. And since Tomas didn't really have much to do so far, when Danny shot towards Haley and Bill, he was doing this in the background. He was protecting everybody. And even though he didn't really need to, he could put his arms down at a point. It's like the subtext was saying, I don't have much of a plot yet, so let me make sure I stand out from the crowd. Okay, I'll protect the eye. Okay, this is me protecting the wedding attendees. Let me see. There are just so many characters, and I feel like I don't think I've missed any. There are so many characters. Oh, and there's a scene where Naomi told her father off. He was talking about that he may have done some things to hurt Naomi's mother, his ex-wife, but that he was still her father and that she should have respected him. And she said something, I don't have the direct quote, but she said something along the lines of that how can I respect somebody who disrespected my mother? And something like, you're not deserving of respect. She told him off. She read him for filth, as the kids say today. Oh my God. Whew. Because Bill's raggedy behind has no business asking for respect when what he did was disrespectful and he tore the family apart, and Danny is a hot mess because of all that. But this show, let me tell you, I think I've mentioned all the major players in this show. And that's a thing, because I've been struggling with memory lately. My recall is not that great. I've been forgetting names, forgetting words. For instance, I was talking to my mother on the phone, and I was asking her if she used Instagram to order groceries. I kept needing to say Instacart, but I said Instagram for some reason. She's like, what are you saying? I said, oh. And I figured out what I meant to say. So I'm having issues with that. I do see a neurologist in a few months, but that was for a different reason. But still, I do want to bring that up when I go see that doctor in a few months. But anyway, but this show, I've not struggled with names. I've not struggled with remembering who people are. And it's all the repetitiveness, all the obvious exposition that's been helping me so much with my memory. And I really, that's why I love that. With some, you know how Sesame Street is, how they say things in a way that kids understand it, and it's very repetitive and it's very rote. That's how these soaps are. All this repetition, all the constant introductions of who this character is and explanations of who these characters are, that has been very helpful with my memory. And let me tell you, people, Danny did not appear in this Wednesday's episode. This Wednesday would have been what's today? It would have been the 5th, March 5th. They had written her off as being off on a spa day with her friend Pamela. The press conference. I didn't mention the press conference. The Duprees had a press conference after what happened with Danny shooting at the wedding and it going viral. And of course, Bill showed up with Haley to save face. Oh Lord. Like I said, Bill is going to be stirring up trouble left and right. Oh my God. And they didn't want Danny. Anita told Danny not to go. But Danny showed up to the press conference anyway to speak her mind. She said she wanted to go to Paris. But they told her, oh, no, you're going to show up to Bill's wedding, Bill and Haley's wedding. They should just let her go to Paris because she is a mess right now. And Carla Mosley is playing the hell out of that character so much. It's like, I haven't seen what else she's been in, because as I mentioned, I don't really watch the soaps like that. But she has been the one to watch on this soap. And when the daytime Emmys start rolling in, the nominations start rolling in, she better be on that list. I tell you, people. She was not in Wednesday's episode, and I could tell how it was more subdued since she was not in the episode. But let me tell you, when she is on screen, she is definitely bringing something to that character. And the sets are amazing. From the country club to the wealthiness of the Dupree residence. Orphe Jeans is the diner that they hang out at to be among the people. And I hope they get more into how the diner came to be, the origin of the diner, because I love a good soul food restaurant. Oh my God. And I hope they show the owner and they have the owner be a regular character. That'd be cool. Because so far they're just showing extras at the diner, but they haven't shown a regular fixture there. But hopefully they do that in the future. Did I mention that? I mentioned Vanessa earlier. I mentioned her being married to Doug who has a gambling problem. Did I mention that Vanessa is hooking up with random guys? And one time she she went in disguise and she was trying to role play with some random guy. That family needs to get their secrets out. All these families need to get their secrets out and talk with one another. But if they did that, there would be no soap. But these sets are incredible. All the painstaking details that go into it. The music, they're using real music. They played The Emotions, The Best of My Love. Oh my God. Who is the opening song? And as I mentioned earlier, someone on social media said that they should have Don't Mess With Bill by the Marvelettes be Bill's theme. So hopefully if they ever use more songs, that will be Bill's theme. The fashion and the makeup and the hair, woo-wee. The men all look handsome and sharp, tailored, attractive. They got it going on. And the women look glamorous, beautiful, stunning, amazing. It's just, and the majority of the crew is Black too. It's like they are putting their heart and soul into this show and making this show a reality. And the trolls are complaining about the show before it even aired. They were mad that because the talk got canceled, and Beyond the Gates, I believe, is playing in the talk's old time slot. And they were making ignorant comments. I don't want to watch this. Bring back the talk. Hating on the show before it even started. And there are some people who are hating on the show now. That's one thing to not like something. But to continue to visit pages complaining about not liking it instead of spending something else, spend your time doing something else. I mean, that's ridiculous, man. I tell you. Trolls are going to troll. And I've had a few trolls on my video about Black women not being the help. And I've been blocking their rusty butts left and right. I'm not allowing trolls to run rampant on my page. I'm not letting spam. I got a spam comment too to run rampant on my page. And if anyone comes trolling on this video or any video I make, you will not be approved to comment. Your comment will be denied. I don't argue with trolls. I don't go back and forth with trolls. You want attention so badly, find it elsewhere. Ooh, what a week and a half it has been. And people, let me tell you, I've got some catching up to do. And as I mentioned before, there's a wiki page, and it's been very helpful also with knowing who all the characters are. And someone on Reddit made a family tree, and that's also been very helpful. So I'll link to those in the description of my video. And yeah, this is, as I said, I was not into soaps like that, but this soap has me hooked, and I decided to set the recording for a series recording, so it records daily. Yes, it does. Oh my God. As much as Xfinity charges me, I better get my money's worth, and I'm recording the mess out of this show. I tell you people, oh my God. But it's going to be it'll probably be a few days before I approve comments on this post, because I need to catch up and I don't want to risk being spoiled. So, but I will approve your comments as long as you're not trolling or being ignorant. I will get to it as soon as I can, folks. So hold your horses. But if you are watching this show, let me know what you think in the comments. As I mentioned, I will approve them once I've caught up to this week's episodes. Oh my God, folks. If you've liked this video and you want to hear more from me, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Take care, folks. Have a great weekend. Bye.